Welcome to part 2 of how to make the online learning more effective. Welcome to Humans of EdTech. My name is Mayuresh, and let's get started with the part 2 of this particular video. We looked at the first 5 suggestions. You can always refer to the video. Let's look at the next 5 over here. Perfect. So the number 6 is open a hotline. So what we mean by hotline is that you are having an online session and you are having a real-time interaction. You are open to your chat, or you may also be open to an open mic at different points in time. But questions, queries, thoughts can pop up at any point in time, which is even beyond the session. For such things, you should have what is called as an open hotline. So investing in something like a video ask, where people can ask you questions even beyond the session, can be very, very interesting. Open async AMA, ask me anything, can be on Quora, can be on Facebook groups, can be through real video interactions. All of these things are completely possible, and it can be private. So that's the most important thing. So creating a very non-threatening environment is very, very important. Encouraging people to ask questions, having things like Slido. I think there can be a whole complete session that can be only focused on how to use Slido for Q&A. But having it in place is very, very important. Letting people ask the question, having it stacked, having it upvoted, having it downvoted, having a sense of participation around that is very, very important. So Slido and community question, bubbling, prioritization can be really, really very, very awesome. And some of these questions can be taken even when the session is over. So if you have a hard stop after 120 minutes, you can always take these questions later. Very important to play games. So Kahoot is one such online tool where not just games but a whole host of engagement activities can be done. So Kahoot is very, very impressive. Kahoot is something that we have used in our classrooms, and it is very, very effective. It really gets people pumped up, and people remember the session. People remember what has happened. So I think it's one of those highlight sessions. There are tons of pre-made, ready-made quizzes available in Kahoot. Plus, you can also create your own custom quiz in Kahoot. Things like Scribble, where you can play dumb charades, you can just actually draw something. All of those things are absolutely possible in the online environment. Marrying some of these things with simple tools like Google Meet and Zoom is going to give you some very, very interesting results. Watching videos is something that does happen in a lot of classrooms. The instructors want their learners to watch a video while the session is in progress. Now, Zoom and multiple other softwares like WebEx have some dedicated features where you can just paste the YouTube URL in a particular interface in Zoom and then have it broadcast. So that is basically optimized for broadcasting. So some of these features are available. You can also send the link in the chat. You can also send it through WhatsApp groups or any other messengers that you're connected with. But watching videos concurrently is something that really does help. You need to keep them very, very short. You can't be watching 8-minute video. You need to watch like a less than 100-second to 120-second kind of a video. Following them up with a quiz, activity, discussion, breakout rooms, all of these things are very, very critical. So that's the tip number 8. Tip number 9, force people to take breaks. If the session is going to be 120 minutes, you need to give them at least one break on a minimum side. 2 breaks is ideal. Now after 40 minutes, after 35 minutes, that's like really helpful. So the thing with the breaks is that once you take a break, you need to tell the people that you need to come back at a particular point in time. The effective ways of taking a break is actually to take a break, share your screen, and put a reverse countdown timer with respect to timing that you are going to come back after 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is. You can also play music in the break and let people kind of come back after the break. So some of these things really make the break also very, very interesting. And these videos can be very, very interestingly picked up, which can be completely different, which need not be related to your topic academically. It can be something that reflects your personality. So very, very important. It humanizes the whole learning teaching process. Finally, you will need to do labs and simulations as part of various programs. Now, to do some of these labs and simulations, it can be as simple as, if you're doing electronics engineering, it can be like PID controller, so having a MATLAB environment which is open and you're doing it jointly together, or hyperparameter tuning in a data science kind of a setup. So some of these things which can be done jointly with peers or professors or lab assistants or teaching assistants is something very, very interesting. You can also do this with breakout features which is available in the Zoom. So breakout rooms in Zooms can be used in a very interesting way to bring some of these things to life. I hope this helps. These were the 10 tips that we had with respect to making your online teaching learning process very, very interesting. Thank you so much for joining us. Do follow us on the YouTube channel, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much, and bye.